Hello and welcome to Right On Replicas, where we're proud to bring you the best scale model kit reviews on the planet. This review covers the Revell Star Wars First Order Special Forces TIE Fighter Model Kit 85-1824. This is a new release in connection with the movie Star Wars The Force Awakens. The kit is listed as a Skill Level 2 Snap-Tight Max kit, and the box says 1 hour average build time. It's completely painted and detailed. No scale is listed, but it's said to be close to 1/48 scale. In the box you get 39 parts that are completely finished in color and ready to assemble. The instructions are well laid out in simple steps. Assembly is quick and the parts snap together nicely. For the advanced builder, the next step would be to add some weathering and make it look battle tested. Finished dimensions are 9 inches high, 6 3/4 inches wide, 7 1/2 inches deep. On the stand, it's 10 3/4 inches high. Gather the pieces for the back-to-back chairs and armrests. Slide the armrests into the slots in both chairs and then snap the chairs together. There are 2 different controllers, and each has to be assembled in 2 halves put together. Here are the controllers snapped together and assembled as units. Now round up the cockpit floor, the controllers, and the seats. Snap the seat into place in the middle and put the controllers to the forward end on each side. Assemble the controllers from step 3, and those go in on the other side for the other seat. You can see the locations pointed out here with the white arrows at the 3 locating blocks for the controllers there. Now locate the top half of the cockpit and the top ring. Snap those into place so that they look like this. Now pull together the hinge, the grid, and the glass for the cockpit door assembly. Snap them together like so. Now locate the parts for the rear half of the fuselage, including the glass. Snap the glass in place in the fuselage and insert the door in place with the hinge. Then connect the hinge mount and lock the hinge into position, allowing the door to swing freely. Now locate the glass for the front of the fuselage. Snap the glass into place inside the front fuselage there. Get the fuselage body lower section ready to install. Now snap it into place on the cockpit assembly. Now gather the parts to assemble the cockpit inside of the fuselage. Line up the bottom of the fuselage and the cockpit into 1 half of the fuselage, then attach the opposite half of the fuselage and snap it together tightly. The door on the top should line up then and open and close freely. Next, there are 2 wings to assemble. They're both the same, they're just opposite sides. Attach the outer panels with the inner frames and install the power converter rings, snapping the wings together tightly. Make sure that all the connections around the wings are tight and snap together fully. Now stage the laser cannons and pulse cannons for assembly. Snap those into place tightly as shown in the picture. Now attach the wings to the fuselage. Just slide the wings into place on the ends of each side and lock the wings into place with the retaining caps. Everything fits very tightly and it only goes together one way. Once it's aligned and fully seated, snapped into place well, everything will be straight and look nice. Now that the main construction has been completed, gather the parts to assemble the display stand. Slide the top brace at the top of the main strut and then mount the bottom brace at the bottom of the main strut. Then you add the completed stand to the round base. The pin in the top strut fits into a hole at the base of the fuselage. The rest of the mount then cradles the entire model. Now that your model is finished, you could add some easy weathering to it by using a little acrylic craft paint in black with a lot of water and adding some to the wings to give it that battle-tested look. Revell has released a whole line of Star Wars kits to coincide with the new movie release, and the quality of these kits is really quite nice compared to older selections by previous companies. The fit and finish is tight and the moldings are crisp. It seems that accuracy and attention to detail have been given more priority than in past offerings. There's one issue that bothers me a little though. The sprue tabs on this kit are pretty bad, especially around the solar panels. It's hard to get them smooth, and a snap-tight kit probably shouldn't have any issues with sprue tabs. So I guess that's the one thing I found that was a negative. But it was quite simple, and step-by-step instructions are very easy for a beginner to follow. The box says it's an hour of build time, and that's probably about right, but it could be built in less time for an experienced builder. It adds some minor weathering, and it increases the build time, of course, but the results are worth it. I was impressed with this build and found it enjoyable diversion from the typical builds that I do. And to get something accomplished in an afternoon was nice. Based on the kit's suitability, I'd say it was just right for its intended audience. We hope that you liked this review, and if you don't want to miss any future issues, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook and on the web at www.rightonreplicas.com.